Hello everyone, welcome to the channel. So in this video, we're going to talk about the reason why my wife left Ghana. For the past 7 months, my wife has been out of the country and she just got back about a week ago. So in this video, I'm going to dive into why she left, why did she return, and what is she up to.
I finally made it back home, and hubby welcomed me with these beautiful roses for my welcome gift in our 10-year anniversary. We've been together for 10 years now, married for 4. Time really flies. But look how cute these are.
So we've been together for a long time, and I'm very grateful for my wife for supporting my crazy ideas because I know it's not easy, guys. As an entrepreneur, when you are starting out, it's very difficult. Very difficult because not only is it difficult with what you're trying to accomplish, right? You are trying to accomplish something that there is no guarantee that you're going to succeed. There is no certainty with regards to that. And in order to do that, most people are desperate, they have nothing, and then they do it out of necessity. But here's the case where you have a guy who was once upon a time actually in the Navy. That's as secure as a job can be, right? Because the military is the last place for you to get fired. Unless you do something very stupid, like doing drugs and stuff like that. But people in the military, that's as secure as it gets, man. They're not going out of business anytime soon. So that was the most secure job that I had at first. When we got together, I was in the Navy. And then from there, I chose to leave that security. She was completely happy with that. Then I went to school. She was with me. And then I had a great job, right, with KPMG, the big 4 accounting firms in the world. And then I decided to go on this crazy adventure and then come to Ghana. Now, I want to remind you guys that my wife is born and raised in New York, right? She's been to Ghana once when she was about 3. So she doesn't really know much about Ghana at all. Nothing, right? She's just like basically a straight Black American person. And I decided to make her life easier with the transition, right? It was my crazy idea. And I just couldn't let her struggle with me on the journey because I knew it was going to be tough. And in order to do that, I made sure that we had a beautiful house that was way better than where we were living. We used to live in a 1-bedroom apartment in New York City. So once I accomplished that, I also wanted to make sure that she's set up because my wife always needs something to do. And she's been operating a business for about 5 years now, braiding hair, right? And she was once upon a teacher, and then she went on the entrepreneurial road, braiding hair, and she's been doing that for a long time. She loves it. It's kind of like therapy for her. And so when I came down here, I decided to take the lead, come to Ghana first before her. I came down here, set up everything, got a car, finished the house, made sure everything was good, got the dogs, took care of all the stuff that's stressful. So when she comes here, she doesn't have to go through the stress that is already handled, right? I feel like as a husband, as a protector, as a provider, that is what I have to do for her. When we moved to the suburbs, which where my house is, she really did not like it when she first came to Ghana. When my wife first came to Ghana, she didn't like it here. It was quite a challenge. But then 2 months went by and she got over that Western mindset, not being able to get stuff from Amazon right away. And a lot of, programming, how she was, raised, right? Because sometimes you'll be like, you don't have electricity, blah, blah. That's not the case here. We have, solar power and all that stuff, right? So she just had to get used to the fact that, we are in Africa, things are slow, dirt roads, a lot of bugs, especially in the big house like this with a green. We live in New York where everything is concrete. She hate bugs. And there's a lot of stuff that was just, she did not like it. But she came to love Ghana. She came to love Ghana very much, more than she did in New York, actually. But unfortunately, she had to leave. Not because she didn't like Ghana. She had to leave because the plan that we laid out was for me to get here, get the ball rolling, get her set up. So when she comes, it's an easy transition for her to jump into her business. Now, as you guys are aware, while I was down here, I encountered some issues, some unpredictable issues, unforeseen issues, and that the biggest challenge was somebody taking me to court after buying an expensive property, renovating a car wash, and then somebody took me to court. And on top of it, Russia-Ukraine war, as you guys, already know, caused a great deal of pain for me in the market. A lot of stuff was just not going right in the year 2021. Towards the ending, by then she had already planned on moving out already, so it was too late for her to back out. So she came and we had to make it work. And upon talking as a couple, we realized that she's very bored here, and she just couldn't sit around for this while. So she decided to go back to New York for 7 months, see some friends, family, spend her time wisely. Also, she has a business, so she can easily set herself up. So she went to work a bit as well. And now we have been able to restructure and plan differently, because she was supposed to have a spot in the minimum, right? And that did not work out. Obviously, I'm still in court. She can just wait around for this year. So we decided that she should open a shop first, and then maybe she can move there later on. So that's what we were going to do. So she had to go in, get some self-equipment, plan all that. So that's what she was doing for the past 7 months. It's not easy to be with a human being for 10 years. Every marriage, there are disagreements, there are arguments that you guys are gonna have, that you guys have to work around and make sure you guys are on the same page, share the same dreams. It's not easy living with another human being. And I'm very grateful that I have such a supportive wife who understands my craziness, because like I said, it's not easy when you're trying to start something as an entrepreneur. You have mostly your parents are going to be against it, especially if they are really traditional, because you have to remember, your parents are not wrong. They're not like bad people. But about 80, 90 years ago, entrepreneurship was really not that big. 100 years ago, 150, during the Industrial Revolution, if you have a profession like a doctor, nurse, lawyer, blah, blah, it's very secured, and the pay was relatively good as compared to today. The salaries they haven't raised their salary that much, right? As adjusted for inflation. So entrepreneurship for me is the way out nowadays. And you could have a great job, be a great saver, learn how to invest on the side, and you'll be fine. But it's not for everybody. And the 9 to 5 is not for everybody. There is the internet now. There's a whole bunch of ways of making money, but our parents cannot comprehend that. It's really hard. And if you're an African, it's even more so, because African parents tend to use their kids as bragging rights. And when you are taking the entrepreneur role, you're gonna go under. You are basically bringing yourself down in status, and most people are not willing to do that. If you're making $100,000 a year at your job and you decide to go on an entrepreneur role, you are basically coming down to zero, right? Unless you do it like the way my wife did. She started braiding hair while she was working, and then she left to go braiding. So she already knows that I'm making this amount, right, already. So other than that, you are stepping down to zero. That's what I did when I came to Ghana. Yeah, I was trading the stock market, so I can see the same. But you are coming down to zero, and you're starting from zero up. Most people are not willing to do that, especially if you have something secure. Like I said, most entrepreneurs actually do it out of necessity. Like they can't find a job or something like that, or they have this crazy idea and they go for it. I get why our parents act the way they do. And your friends also, they are stuck at their 9 to 5. They are not so happy for you, and it's tough. The journey can get really lonely, and you having a significant other who is supportive, who will be there for you, and that's all you could ask for. And that's what she's been for me. Honestly, she believes that I could put this off. She put stuff on the line. She was making quite a decent amount of money, and for her to take the plunge and come down with me is something that is very, 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 very invaluable to me. So yeah, this is it. My wife left, not because she hated Ghana in the beginning, she did, but she came to love it. She left because the plan that we laid out was disrupted by me going to court, and we had to restructure and get back to base. And she's back, and now we are getting the ball rolling. Things are looking really good on my end. We do have a lot in the pipeline, right? I have a course coming up in the stock market, investing, blah, 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 a whole bunch of stuff. Acadian City, building a CDS with my business partner, that's coming up soon, and a lot more stuff that I cannot share right now, that's coming next year. And my wife is back, energized, ready to move. And so if you're not subscribed to the channel already, kindly do so. Like this video as it helps to the algorithm. Comment, let me know what you think. And until next time, my friends, be legendary. Peace.